I can't. I don't think I can. I don't think I can upgrade things. I need all my money for making armies right now. Basically, all my guys are dead. Right? Wolfric, 251 kills, 4,000 damage dealt as gold values, 39,000 damage dealt. All right, we are in a bit of trouble. All right, and welcome back to the second part of the episode. I'm sorry, I just woke my cat in. All right.
Wolfric, the
If I remember correctly, yep, the Jade Dragon came over here and took the Shire of Sotek last episode. Right when we were at war with the Orcs who had control of it last, now we have to go to war with the Jade Empire. Right? Is that what they're called? The Jade Court. The Jade Court of Grand Cathay, and they control a bit of the south that we see. We don't really have much money. I guess I could raise a second army and go negative just to hold my city here. You know, I've never really done that. But I might need to, because I'm gonna go to... I want to take the Shire of Sotek, and I'm pretty sure an army is over there.
champions fall.
Let's go see what that
I
hero...
guide the tribe.
Yeah, there's an army and almost a half.
My privilege.
Man, but I really want that support, too. I really want it. I mean, we don't technically have to go to war with them entirely to take the entire city. Like, there is a choke point right here. I wonder if you were to play the game, if it would give you a choke point right there. You don't have to go down yet. We can actually just go down and sack and raise these cities. And then we would have to be scared of north too, though. This is gonna be rough.
My challenge, undeniable.
Okay, I don't want to fight him inside. That's pretty weak.
Dragon.
I don't really want to fight him inside of the castle. I wonder if there's a way I could maybe draw him out. Chaos God Champions? That's so cool. Why can't I recruit these? The Legendary Lord will unlock if you align yourself with the Eagle God. The Legendary Lord if a Crow God. Okay. Okay. So we get a big Norgal man and we get a big Zeech man. Now we just want a chieftain. Vanguard deployment, +5 movement range. This guy can get up to big campaign movement range. I don't know if I really care about the attribute. Ooh, what's this? He just has that. And then physical fight. Ooh. Ooh. Welcome to the team, my man. We're gonna go broke for a little while. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
To the four corners.
Let's see if maybe we can like draw them out.
Wandering.
I am gonna just rid the village. I just hope no army comes up. I guarantee you they're gonna have multiple armies.
I'll only need to goad you once.
Yeah, you're gonna declare war? You want a payment? You want me to give you money? No. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. So just have reinforcements. He himself is a big dragon. 130 armor. A lot of weapon strength. Yeah, this is not gonna go well. Maybe I should retreat and see if the reinforcements won't come, because I'm pretty sure I can take this army on.
Got to be realistic.
Okay, he doesn't even push. Oh, what to do in this scenario? What the heck? He does have another army. Dude, how much money does this guy have? Alright, I gotta think. What am I gonna do?
To touch a dragonborn is blasphemy.
Does have walls.
Yes.
Yes?
Okay, what am I gonna do here? There is
Dragons
a
and
jade dragon
control
army here,
dragons.
just a lot of jade warriors and archers. The only scary thing is him and the jade dragons and these green long
See
riders.
fangs
I don't
always
actually know this
close
unit.
by.
They might be scary.
To touch a dragon ball is
Grenadiers are scary. Hail gunners are very scary. These will absolutely chew up our infantry. What do I do with that? I don't really have a way. I mean, it's the horsemen, I
Raiding
think.
is
I
an
just gotta
honest
jump on
love.
them.
My
I don't know
will
what
does
that
not
army
bend.
is. They're in range. They are not in range of each other. Am I seeing that right? This guy's in force march?
Shaman, source, finders, keepers.
I am the wanderer.
Their reinforcements arrive late. Alright, boys. We're gonna try it. Alright, welcome. And this is another overlay of the battle. This is my first one, I believe, of the episode. I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing this separately of when I did the recording. So I'm a little mixed up in the head of when and what happened here. But, yeah. Also, I don't know why this shows the whole time. But, yeah, this was the battle where I think I just launched in and I was pretty stupid. Alright, anyways, kind of give you a rundown of what we're doing here. Okay, my process was I'm gonna run these guys down with an initial force that I know is good enough to beat them, and then I'm going to use a secondary force to block their advance over to their reinforcements, and then that initial force will also help me hold off against the big party that's coming, the scary force that's coming, which then after defeating this force we can then turn around to deal with the reinforcements. I didn't think I really took in count how quick these reinforcements were going to get here. But anyways, so the main increasing force was just a big front line of marauders. A lot of them. A big classic front line. I think this was 5-6 units of marauders just in the front. And then behind them we had a unit of berserkers following suit. Whole idea, again, just to break through the front line with the frenzy of blows. And then behind those guys, we had some axe throwers that were going to be helping in the pursuit of also just dealing with the front line, killing the infantry as quickly as possible. And then Wolfric was up here leading the charge. Where's Wolfric? There he is. Wolfric's going to be up here leading the charge because he's Wolfric and he does dumb, stupid things like Wolfric things. And then my secondary force that we were using to do the block off and then go fight off was going to be a stronger force, but more my better units. So my mammoth is over here. He's going to be helping out with my marauder champions, which also my sorcerer is over here. I don't know where he's at. Here he is. My sorcerer is also over here. Going to be buffing and helping out the marauder champions, and then also doing lots of searing dooms, and they're backed up by great axemen. So big scary front line, or big scary middle, sorry, with a big mammoth and an axeman to back it all up. So we will cut to a little bit closer to the fight. Oh, I also forgot. My cavalrymen were up into the trees, ready to come down. They have some hand cannoneers that I was extremely scared of, so I wanted to just crash into them with my cavalry right away. So I didn't have to worry about their hand cannoneers absolutely eating my front line. So my cavalry just kind of crashed in, and I left them in there for a little bit while my infantry was advancing up into their infantry, ready to hit their core. And while we were doing that, we were also encircling with all of our guys, our big units. But it was around this moment that I believe they were coming in really soon, so I started repositioning some of my units over that way to hopefully defend. I think this was my big mistake, and I'll explain more later, but I took this force and I wanted to go hold them off for a little bit. I thought the mammoths might be able to disrupt, get into the archers, my front line of marauders and stuff, but they came in so much sooner than I thought. I wasn't prepared. I wanted to be on them right here and then, right there, and just boom, right on top of them and hold them off, but they had lots of time to come out and do stuff. So when I was still dealing with this entire horde of things, Quite decisively, though. I mean, I had all these infantrymen just absolutely chewing through them, and then I was running amok in their background with Wolfric just doing Wolfric things. And then my cavalry just taking up the rest. But while that was happening, I did diverge some of my axe-throwing infantry over to this battle to try to deal with it, but it was already over. Like, this Jade Hound, these warriors, my mammoth was being absolutely pelted with arrows. These champions are asking way too much of I'm asking way too much of them right now. Sorry, these are the champions, and I've asked way too much of them. They are. They died in seconds. And then the mammoth also died in seconds. Well, I guess he never died. Yeah, later on, I say this guy dies. He never dies. Look at him. He's running away. He gets away. I did get a big spell cast here. I did some decent damage with that, but they just kind of got up. I also hurt a lot of my own troops with that mainly, so it wasn't very good. Did do a decent amount of damage with that. But by the time they broke through that line of men that I had, they were already on top of my men with their crows, which is super obnoxious. And then their infantry were already on top, and I couldn't fall them back in time. And then this was still going on. This fight was still happening. And then now I realize that I'm done, and I start moving units over, and then I see that their hand cannoneers are absolutely blasting me, so I bring some Marauder Horsemen Axemen over to hopefully deal with them, and they do. I mean, they're just cannoneers, so. But I think it was too late at this moment, and all my units are not in position. I didn't realize that when I put them all into a command order to go right into here, that a lot of them were not in the... I played this bad, is all I'm saying. So then I started realizing that, and I had to move more of my men into the fight going this way. I was trying to get a line formed, but it didn't really work out too well. This was also just... There was just a blob of guys just sitting here for no reason. And then they also just get bulldozed by those things. And the big Jade coming in. And our front line up here is getting pecked by crows and infantrymen. We're also just getting constantly shot on by arrows that are super far away. We have no cavalrymen that go over there and deal with them. Just slowly and slowly start seeing the power bar move down and down. All our troops dwindling and dwindling. Ours going significantly faster than theirs. I did finally bring my axemen and horsemen back over, but they're not doing anything. It was far too late at this moment. I wanted them to hopefully deal with these great longman riders or distract them, but it was kind of over. I had units just standing here for no reason. These guys could have came out and over to here to help. They could have left. These guys, this could have just dealt with one unit while everything else kind of tried to heave and go help the front line a little bit, which maybe would have helped. These guys are getting completely flanked and just utterly wrecked. I mean, yeah, these peasants are absolutely massacred by marauders. Yeah. Now from here on out, it's pretty Jover, as they would like to call it. I'm pretty screwed. Nothing I'm doing to come back from this one. Do get one more big cast off with my sorcerer. He does some decent damage over here. Nothing too crazy though. I think Wolfric survives this. But yeah, I ended up just conceding because I wanted to see if some of my troops can leave and get out alive. But yeah, we ended up losing that one. Not too great. All right. Yeah, we lost. I lost my champions, but not the mammoth. How did I not lose the mammoth? That thing died, like, in the middle. And I lost my champions. That doesn't make any sense. I saw this thing die, and I saw them retreat. What? Okay, whatever. Yeah, I didn't do much, to be honest. Kinda got wrecked. Hard time.
Practicality
Wolfric made it out. Kind of. Not
Right
unscathed,
to
that's for sure. And he can't even move for some reason.
Wolfric the Wanderer.
What to do? What to do? Missile resistance, that seems nice and good. Weapon strength, yes please.
I'll handle it.
Give me more of that. Actually, you know what? We'll just max out glittering robe. Glittering robe. What does this do? Flex all flying units? You know what? I just faced a lot of flying units, so that might not be so bad. Alright.
Can never have enough tools.
We need to go,
Slaughter
like,
the
giga
sheep.
broke.
The eternal challenger.
Your will.
We need so many more troops. I need spearmen. I can't. I don't think I can. I don't think I can upgrade things. I need all my money for making armies right now.
Was a rodent.
And I can't even retreat. Come on. That's messed up. This isn't the main army. Hello and welcome to the second battle.
The strength of the Norscans.
I'm gonna be honest, again, I recorded all these
And
battles.
remembered in song.
I'm recording all these battles separately, pretty far from when I did the actual fights and recording, so I'm a little choppy about how this one went. I think this was an attack. When I got attacked, I don't remember, I'll be honest. But the enemy has a big force coming in through reinforcements and a very small force over here that doesn't. I'm not really too scared about. I mean, they got a couple Jade Warriors, some Grenadiers, some Handgunners, and some Peasant Cavalry with a Lord Magic Caster. So my big idea was I'm gonna, unlike last battle, where I focused all my efforts on the other army that came over, and then I put my army. You know, I didn't really go for the reinforcement. I'm gonna switch it up. This time, all my army's gonna go on the reinforcements that's coming, and I'm gonna leave just a very small force to deal with this over here, and that's basically just gonna be my axe, my great weapons. With Wolfric ends up going back, and I bring my sorcerer over, who I accidentally forgot over here. And then my marauder horsemen, even though there's only about 12 of them, there's not very many, kind of come in and take out these backline people. So that was my idea. And then I was just gonna kind of like, when they came out to reinforce, I was instantly gonna be on top of them. They were just gonna instantly get hammered right on with all my men. So we'll skip to when some of the fights actually start. Oh yeah, one thing is my stupid mammoth decided it was a good idea to just go ferals. So that's when I decided to move Wolfric over to hopefully get his little leadership bonus, but he ends up going feral for quite a minute. So I ended up moving him and positioning my army slightly here and there just to make sure he never killed anyone. He gets really close right here. Thankfully he never does anything. And then this army over here is just waiting. I finally got my Sorcerer Lord over here so he can buff their armor and help them out too. So shouldn't be any problems over there. So the Lord finally comes in. Wolfric gets hit big with a big old fire blast from their magistrate. And I just charge everybody onto the big frontal guard. Wolfric goes into the right. And I just want to pitch through the infantry and everybody right on top of that reinforcement point. My mammoth is super low, so he doesn't. I don't really expect him to do much, but I kind of just charged him right in there. And I have a huge cast from Wolfric on the back line. Does a lot of damage with the longbow. Yeah, mammoth kind of just gets shot down right away from the archers. While all this is happening, we're still kind of waiting. I did diverge some of my axe throwers back this way. I ended up feeling like this was maybe not enough to deal with what they had, so I put some axe throwers over here to hopefully help also deal with the threat over here. And my horse marauders were coming out of the woods and starting to race their way over into their backline, so I wouldn't get shot down as bad. And these guys kind of just get marauded into X-Men. Back over to the main fight over here, though. It was not going great. This fight, yeah, the mammoth dies. They have more guys just pouring in through. And I tried to get Wolfric right on top of their magistrate lord so I can hopefully just kill him right quick and then real fast. So that way, hopefully their leadership was going to be breaking down. But we lose pretty hard on the right. Their Jade Warriors just chewing through our marauders. More Jade Warriors just easily peeling through everyone. I'll bring my Sorcerer Lord over here to help a little bit because at this point of the game, at this point in the match, I was already decisively winning this fight, and I know I could have held it pretty easily, so I just decided to leave these people be. My Marauders with great weapons are going to absolutely chew up all their infantry, and then my Axemen are going to be great for their armor. So I kept focusing my efforts over here. I got another really nice cast of Searing Doom off. Did quite a bit of damage to their backline archers, but it didn't break any of them, which is quite unfortunate. It's really what I wanted. But yeah, they just had way more infantry than us, way better infantry than us, and I didn't have enough in the beginning here to do really much of anything. So a lot of it looks pretty close. We do absolutely decimate their units over here, so I start to diverge some of my axe throwing men over to this fight to hopefully start helping. It takes them a minute, and I don't think they actually help a whole lot. But at this point, I mean, we're pretty. Everyone's dying, everyone's low, everyone's not really in the fight. I mean, they have hordes of metal, and I have shirtless guys. I get a big old cast right through the whole front line. Does do a whole lot of damage. Wavers some of them, but doesn't break anybody. So at this point, this is kind of when I was thinking to myself when I was doing this fight, I'm like, this point, it's pretty jober. I have great Marauder Axemen that are way over there. All I really have are these axe throwers who are just going to get absolutely pelted by the archers because they have no armor. They have no armor. They have barely any health. They need to get super close to do anything, and they just kind of get Marauder destroyed the entire time. So I made a decision that this is going to be won by Wolfric, and Wolfric alone. And we'll see more about what I'm talking about later, but I tried to reinforce some of my units over. I got some Berserkers that were able to come back, so I started sending them over a little bit later. My Great Axemen were still on their way, and my Axe Throwers were just getting absolutely pelted. I wanted to run them back behind my Great Axemen, so that way I could get some defense in front, and they can sit in the back and hopefully throw in the back and get rid of some of these, but these army lists I have do not have an answer for these archers. And they're just peasant archers, but there's so many of the peasant archers, like 4 right here I can see. And they just pelt all my guys that I don't have much armor. 15 armor, 15 armor, 15 armor. I mean, no armor. Even peasant archers are terrifyingly strong. Some hand cannoneers coming back online back here, moving on. They come over and shoot these guys a little bit, but I do not remember if I deal with them or not. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, just getting absolutely pelted by arrows over and over again. As you can see, they just have hordes of guys. And I just have Wolfric over here. So at this point, Wolfric did kill the Magistrate. Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. I'm trying to make him kill the Magistrate right now. Yeah, my front line of great Axemen just kind of broke instantly, and they jumped right on top of my axe throwers, and most of them retreated and routed right there and died. I did have one unit of Marauders coming back, and I think I have one unit of Axe Throwers. These are Berserkers. Which I send the Berserkers over here. I should have just set them right on top of these Jade Warriors. I didn't even realize they were right here. We kind of just walked right past each other. So at this point in the fight, Wolfric is still healthy. He's Wolfric, and I'm hoping he'll kind of cheese this a little bit for me. So at this point, I realized that if I'm gonna do this, I need to start picking off some of their more, the better stuff that mean more. And Wolfric will do fine in this fight. I mean, he's gonna eventually lose it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, losing. But I wanted him to kill this Magistrate, so I started just sending him around and solo controlling Wolfric because everyone else was dead. And he just, right there, he just murders the Magistrate. And at this point, I need to start focusing on the archers, so I just have him go between archer and archer. You do one charge, we run out. Then I would find another archer group. I would try to block some of the arrows with the shield, or I'd mainly try to dodge the arrows. Yep, see, we're trying to dodge some arrows right there. I dodged all the arrows right there. Dodged all those. Dodged all those. I think at this point, I didn't realize that the hand cannoneers were really alive. They come in somewhere. They're over there. They haven't come in yet. But I'm just trying to get him. I even, like, thread the needle right here. I get him right into the back of some more archers, though. Really just try to get it. And he absolutely bulldozes some of them forward. And some of my axemen came back. I didn't really put them in formation. I told them to start throwing. So I told them to throw on these archers, and they just started going. And then they started getting shot at, so I brought Wolfric over to deal with those archers, because I wanted to keep the axemen alive as much as I can, so they would help them kill. And he just goes in there and absolutely decimates. And yeah, at this point, he was just kind of going back and forth between different units and different armies, and I kept trying to dodge all sorts of projectiles. I would try not to get caught up in big globs. Like, I was really avoiding this big glob. I didn't want to get caught up in it. I wanted to just keep running into things, charging them, dodging the arrows, and making the people that were shooting the arrows shoot onto the people I was charging. See, I just dodged a lot of arrows right there. Dodged a lot of hand cannon shots right there. And then I see that the hand cannoneers are back, so I ride past these Jade Warriors and I charge right into them because they're the big priority in my opinion. I'm able to have the armor piercing damage to really put my health down. Where these archers, if I put my shield up, they won't do a great ton of damage. It'll be more over time, but the hand cannoneers have armor piercing that would just absolutely go right through my armor and my shield. So I start running Wolfric in between. I try getting these archers picked off, these hand cannoneers, and just keep trying to dodge more and more shots. Dodge those shots, dodged all those. Charged right into those hand cannoneers, and then charged right back out. Made those archers kind of hit the Jade Warriors just a little bit. I did like a zigzag, it confused the crap out of these archers, and then I just jumped right on them. While this is all happening, my Marauder Axemen were taking on these Jade Warriors and killed them, and now I sent them off to go help kill these archers. I just keep weaving and weaving, Wolfric around. Again, trying to dodge all the arrows, trying to stay out of the blobs, moving in and out. So my axemen are coming in. I think they get pretty low on ammo at some point. I just send them in. Yeah, they kill a couple right there. That's pretty good. They sent some Jade Warriors over to come deal with my axe throwers, and I decided to. I think I started to start throwing them onto the Jade Warriors. All while Wolfric is still continuously just running out. Yeah, they charge my axe warriors. So I decided to do a charge order bag. A little late, so it doesn't do anything, but I don't know how this fight really wins. I think my axe throwers ended up winning. Oh, especially because I brought Wolfric over. And then they shot a whole arrow into the back of them. And I just did this over and over. We just kind of went out, went in, went out, went in, went out, went in. That was the end of the battle. Wolfric ended up taking out everybody by just going out, charging in, going out, charging in, ducking, diving, missing attacks. It was a brutal one, though. I did not really win this. Let's be real. That is hilarious. So I went in with 522 troops against about 1,819 troops or something like that. I don't know. A lot, right? Basically all my guys are dead, right? Wolfric 251 kills, 4,000 damage dealt as gold values, 39,000 damage dealt. He he just kind of went around and he went and bashed everyone up. He did Wolfric things. That was so cheese. That was dumb. Okay, who do we still have? We have our sorcerer, we have Wolfric, a couple marauders. 1 berserker, our great swords, all of our things, no horsemen, no minotaurs. Alright, we killed all those guys and we made all them rout. We did not kill them. Yes.
Shackle
Punishment would be nice. Oh, come on. That's not okay. After everything I just did. That's messed up. Alright, yeah. Goodbye, Wolfric. Alright, we are in a bit of trouble. We can make
Overrun
it
the
to
world.
our capital. That would be nice, but I don't know if we can.
Outstanding.
I don't know if that will make it. That is like on the verge of our capital. Yeah, Wolfric's wounded. Everyone's dead. Yep. Alright, we're gonna need more lords. Let's see, we got strategists, uncompromising, fleet funded. We're gonna go strategists, I think. Yeah.
Marauders all!
I need you to like
Accepted.
go
Marauding!
in here, and then you're gonna start recruiting globally. And just don't stop, you know? Just don't stop. And then you're gonna need to recruit so many more things. All the things.
Despoil and ravage.
I really would like
Now.
to get here. I think he
Sent
can do
by
it.
the serpent. Bring death.
I'm so bad at this game. I'm just throwing so hard. Level it up. We need defenses. Oh my. Alright, note to self, if the green is not within the barrier, it's not good. I've played this game for hours, and that's what I do. Okay, I don't think he went at me, he just left.
I hear you.
Yeah, I think I just got lucky. The man just left.
To touch a dragonborn is blasphemy.
Oh, I should have recruited when I was just sitting there. No, I couldn't. I was in Force March.
The tribe consents.
Okay, I need to actually think of my list. So, we can have a front line. Then we have some ranged units that will help. What are these guys good at? What do they do? Decent melee commanders. They have armor piercing, and they do... What is that? Okay. I don't know how to... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to keep them there. Oh, we can just do this. Where they at? There they are. What is this? Shield breaker. Missile block chance minus 24% chance. And that's interesting. Then they can have rage. Each effect increase when time spent engaged in melee combat. Okay. It's like they throw all their axes and they go in. They have a lot of ammunition for throwing axes. Maybe I'm just bad. And these guys are bonus versus large. I might actually want the javelins. I should have looked at this. Because the Cathay is running at me with like... I don't actually know if that Jade guy's a dragon, but... He has like he has cavalry, he has that big Jade monster thing. I mean... We'll throw in a javelin. And then... Get some spears and some grates. So, we'll have a front line, and then we'll have some anti-infantry line breakers, and then... These are going to be for his cavalry and his Jade. This will also be for his cavalry and his Jade, but for range. And then these are going to be for any infantry he has.
All the way!
And then you are just going to be recruiting... Well, kind of the same thing. We just need to we need to fort down for a second. Oh, man. Oh, man. Maybe I should have held back at the other place. Man, I can't deal with all that. Even with my walled settlement, I don't think it's going to be possible. We'll try. Oh, and welcome to the third battle. I think it's the third battle. Day battle. The siege battle. I'm being attacked at the capital. I do have to say, one thing I do not like about... Oops. I forgot they were there. One thing I do not like about Total War Warhammer 3 is the siege battles. I personally hate this splitting up that they do. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I really wish it was like how it was in Rome or Medieval or Empire or literally all the other Total Wars, where I can put a whole line of dudes here and they will come at me this way. And I like that. I miss that. I don't want to have to worry about, I got Group A over here. Oh, I got Group B way over here. Oh, I got Group C way over here. I got to deal with. And I got to manage all these other different points at the same time. Anyways, that's my critique about siege battles. But besides that fact, it is when they actually start getting into the buildings and stuff and fighting, I think it's pretty cool. I do like a little bit more open areas. This is nice and open. I mean, like, you can put archers right here and have them shoot over to the walls, not on the ground. But anyways, I'll tell you what my plan is, and then I'll tell you what I probably should have done because this plan sucked. Anyways, my plan was to hunker down and defend the victory location, and I was going to put lots of towers down. I was going to put lots of barricades down to help me out, and I just wanted to do a layered defense. So I put my weakest troops in the front, backed up by some anti-infantry, backed up by my more weak troops in the back because I don't have anything really good in this army. And then I put my throwers on the sides so they can hopefully throw out and into the attacking armies that are coming at us. That was the strategy. That was the idea. When I did this, I instantly was like, oh, wait, this is probably not going to work at all. And it also dawned on my head that I was like, wait a minute. Why am I taking my force and bunkering up in this small little container spot back here? Giving them all this free ground when I could just go individually to each group with a big force. Think about it. This is what I'm trying to think about. They all split up into small forces. They're big, ginormous force over here with their reinforcements, right? Really scary spot over here. So I could either take my force as a collective group, the entire force, and go and take out each of these groups one by one. Take out this group, for instance, move on, take out this group, for instance, move on. And then come over and deal with the big force, or just have my troops here ready, even sally out and kill this big force before the reinforcements arrive, come back into the walls, deal with these two troops, and then hopefully, you know, we can fall back to a better position and actually deal with this army, which is just nothing but archers. Which, again, as I was talking with my last battle, is a huge problem with this army. I have no armor. And even the people with the shields have bronze shields. So they're only blocking 35% of the incoming arrow damage. And my range is... there is no range with your guys. That's your range. And with the axe throwers, it's even less. So, for future self, I'm getting a lot more of these guys. Can't have archers if I have horsemen on top of your archers, stupid idiot. So that's my, and also I totally forgot about these axe throwers that were over here, and they get absolutely wrecked by these horsemen. Just demolished. Yeah. Best longman riders for Valandia getting absolutely wrecked. The shield breaker thing is pretty nice. I really like that about the axe throwers, but anyways, okay. That was the strategy. We'll cut to when the fights actually get more happening. Alright, all I want to say though is enemy reinforcements are coming, and each one of these groups are at the walls. I could have taken this group out, absolutely demolished them, focused on this group, maybe even sallied out and killed them because of their archers, or just hide behind my puny walls. Like, literally put my guys behind the walls. And then just have dealt with all these groups individually. Or as they would have came as one big two sides, I could have came as a big solid front right through them. I don't know. Again... big mistake. I keep thinking about it, and I don't know. I feel like the battle would have been different. It probably would have been the same. I probably still would have lost, but we're gonna argue about it. So I also forgot another unit of X-Men over here on this side, and oh, that was weird. Oh, game's lagging a little bit. Well, I forgot these guys on this side, and they were running away for their lives. I think these things had other opinions. Yep, my Axemen were just escaping, and they did not like that. Came in and stopped them and absolutely massacred some of the back guys. Dropped down right on top of them, too. Thankfully, though, this very much excluded this cavalry out into my guys, and I tried to take an opportunity of this moment and throw some Marauder axemen, and I think even my lord started to run over.
Orders
But
taken.
he had the tower shooting them, then he had my Marauders axemen throwing some axes onto them, and then I threw my Marauders right onto them to hopefully get some kills. They ended up dying real quick. And I don't even think I lost these axemen. Yep. See, I started throwing my Marauders in to hopefully help the axemen escape. And the whole time they were just getting pelted by axes in the arrow tower. Yeah, this unit ends up getting massacred, I'm pretty sure. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of chaff to deal with something scary, but something scary just comes in by itself. Before the strong came the meek, and the meek were many. Except my meek suck. Yeah, at this point I also moved my lord over, and I think at this point they just died. But also his lord was coming. And his lord is scary. Oh! You know, I remember that happening too, and I still don't even know what did that. And then his lord came over and just started absolutely powwowing through my guys. Is this guy a dragon? Can he go into a dragon form? I don't know. Holy crap, what was that? His animations are insane. He attacks so many things at once. Oh my goodness, I never stood a chance. But while this was all happening, more engagements were starting to continue. We had the Jade Lion starting to attack my front line. I started to seize this opportunity. Also, if I was going to lose this fight... Oh, that was brutal. If I was going to lose this fight, the Jade Lion's going down with me. So I sent over my Marauder Spearmen. I sent over my Marauder Javelin Men. I was like, I'm taking out this stupid Jade Lion at least for what it did with my army before. As it just keeps playing with my men like they're cats and cat toys. It's just rolling at them. Yeah, I gotta say, these animations on these new attacks, they attack a lot. But I started pelting in it, and it had spearmen on it, and it started to die really quickly. But while all this was happening, they were starting to come more and more archers were shooting down on top of me. This fight over here started to go really bad. Their character lord defeating and killing everybody. My lord, I was keeping him back because I wanted to keep the leadership of my guys high, but I was just getting pelted with arrows as more and more of these archers are going to start coming in, and I can't do anything about them. They just pelted my entire army the entire time. I could move back to get into further away from them, but they're just going to come up and then just eventually shoot me down anyways. Maybe hiding back here, but they have arc where I don't. So I just kept funneling men into the front, hoping that it would work, and it never did. So I just kept getting destroyed by archers this entire fight. It was not very good. This was a bloodbath in the middle of here, if I remember correctly. This went on for a minute. I think my Marauder Axemen with my Marauder Spearmen, and I had some Javelin Men throwing from the back, and I have more men waiting. They also have more men coming, but I have archers that are just destroying me at every second. The thing is, I win... I don't know, actually. Losing decisive. I don't know if I win, but my Marauders aren't, like, awful into the Jade Warriors. The Jade Warriors have more armor, more leadership, more melee defense, but they have less speed, less melee attack, less weapon strength. So they can hold longer, but my guys are meant to more to attack, and I just kept throwing men into the grinder. I know this is usually frowned upon, but I just kept throwing men into the grinder. It started happening over here too. I put these totems down that were supposed to give me buffs, but I really should have done the ones that were supposed to debuff the enemy because I ended up getting pushed back. And they could have just been debuffed this whole time, but yeah, I sent these guys in with some axemen to hopefully the axemen, you know, I look at this and they're just getting pelted and they're a big blob. These arrows just don't miss a shot. But these guys ended up dying, I'm pretty sure. They were losing pretty decisively. Meanwhile, over here, they were hitting us with Jade Warriors, and his Lord was over here just absolutely plowing through people. There he is. Backline getting hit by a lot of people, but at the same time, not caring. His health bar barely even moving at the same time, and he just plows. Like, what is that? He just hit like 3 different... What was that? And this guy has crazy animations. Wow. Okay, man, I never stood a chance. That's plumbing very certain for me. Axeman getting pelted by the arrows the entire time. And at this point, I was like, yep, this is over. I'm dead. I also totally forgot about my Marauder horseman up here. I had like another layer of defense. I had some berserkers back here. It's over. It's over. These archers alone could just kill me, and they have so many more infantrymen just coming and pouring in through the sides and floods and flanks. This, however, was cool. This was a straight bloodbath. Just get this really cool cinematic view of it. I don't know what's doing that. Oh, I do remember. I upgraded my tower to a better one. I didn't realize it started doing that. That's really good. But it was over. I'm getting pelted. I sent more Marauders in to hopefully help the line a little bit more. And I think at this point I was starting to even send in my Berserkers. Yep, there they go. But I completely lost the left side. It's completely gone. The right side is holding, but just barely. As I send in more Berserkers that will chop through these Jade Warriors, but the archers and more Jade Warriors are just going to absolutely pelt them to death. And even though these have towers, and you can see it was an absolute slaughter on the battlefield in this spot, they do end up pushing through, even through the towers, the Berserkers, the Marauders, the Jade Lion, the archers. Is all way too much for me to handle, and it just absolutely plows through my army. And ends up being a defeat. I just end up conceding to save time. But yeah, that one was a rough one. And definitely could have played it better, I think, by moving out and attacking the DIs, or just being better, you know? Skill issue with all these battles, to be honest. There was a rematch button. Ah, crap, dude, there was a rematch button. Well, I don't think I would have been able to win, but... Man, this is a big slap in the face. I am not very good at this game. But I am going to post this anyways, because it's a learning curve. I will get good, I guess. Just not right now. Maybe it might take another campaign, but, you know, we'll see. Yeah. No, I kind of just got pelted by arrows. The minute I saw that coming, I was like, yeah, no, this is over. My guys are just gonna get murdered by the arrows. I don't have cavalry to, yeah, especially in a defense like that. I really should have gone out and picked them off one by one, but whatever. I feel like this run might be a little scuffed.
I hear you.
I can't even recruit new units. They got like 3 armies coming after me, and alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play up to the point I was at before, where I conquered this city, and this city. And then I will restart the video from there next episode. So this episode will just be me getting bulldozed, I guess, and then we're gonna restart. We'll get up to this point where I was, and then the next video will start off with me where I at the start of this video, I guess. And hopefully it won't end this same way.
serve only the
But thank you for
dragons.
watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and please come back for the next episode. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, come back for more. I'm trying to do this more. I'm trying to make good content. I want more people to watch. I want you to come see my channel. I want you to see my content. And hopefully it puts a smile on your face. Have a good day.